Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the latest generation for the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat Widebody, finished off in Smoke Show. These have a starting MSRP right around $83,000. So let's start off today's review with what powers this family style sedan, because we have a lot to go over. Underneath the hood, this is powered by a 6.2 liter supercharged V8 that is paired to the 8-speed automatic transmission. This pumps out 717 horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque, all sent to the rear wheels, propelling this 4,500 pound sedan from 0 to 60 in as quick as 3.5 seconds. Top speed is just shy of 200 miles an hour. This also has a fuel economy of 12 miles per gallon in the city, 21 out on the highway, which really isn't all that important, factoring in the amount of performance that this family style sedan has. So let's start up front where everything is functional. Functional inlet, functional heat extraction vents, everything up front is open to provide a lot of airflow and cooling to that V8 engine. LED headlights, DRLs and turn signals with a sleek design to match that upper grille. That is pretty much all you need. Everything functional for the performance that you get. Now, being the wide body, this actually adds about 3.5 inches on both sides to the width of this. And those fender flares are nicely incorporated into the front bumper as well as the side skirt. So it's a nice factory add-on that of course looks like it came right off the factory. It's not an add-on like a aftermarket wide body. It definitely looks very, very nice. Now this also has a set of 20-inch wheels, massive red brake calipers, dark finish to these wheels, which matches this exterior paint. There's the Hellcat logo, sunroof, body colored side mirrors, and then kind of some simple lines that run down the side, but it gives it a really good look. Now, one thing to note, I'm not sure if this model has been lowered or not. It definitely looks like it sits lower than a stock one, but either way, has a great look. Now, this does have a body colored spoiler. There's the camera. LED lights run through that light bar, backup sensors, and then the dual exhaust, which we can fire up and listen to. So let's do that real quick. And you can shut it off as needed, which is really nice. You can also use either the key fob or this button located on the right side of that E to gain access to the cargo space. A little bit of storage underneath the floor if you need to use it. You can fold the back seats down too. This is a practical family style sedan if you need that amount of space and you also want that amount of power. Now, combined with the Smoke Show Gray is this tan interior, which is a great combo. Two-tone design for this door panel with all the stitching. And then we do get a good bit of space in the back. 5'10", I really can't complain. Storage pockets, even heated seats, air vents, and USBs, so you can charge electronics. No armrest or storage in the middle, which is interesting to note. But aside from that, you could have 3 people back here. Very wide seat, so it is spacious. Now, the front door panel is just like the rear, but there's all the window adjustments, side mirror controls, memory seating adjustments as well. And then SRT is right in the middle of this seat, which is a great touch. Let's fire this back up though, because we have a lot that we can go over. Perforated and solid leather for the steering wheel. Paddle shifters, still retains volume and tuning adjustments. There's Bluetooth and voice commands, cruise control, and then a lot in the gauge cluster. As you can tell, the backlit for the tach and the speedometer is red, and then right in the middle you have so much more to go through for all of this. So under vehicle info, look at the amount of info that you can scroll through. Just depending on what you would like to see for the day, you can go into all of your performance too to monitor all of this. All of these timers that you can do, G-force meter, you have MPG, trip information, along with your audio and messages. And then you can even configure the screen setup depending on what you would like to see the most. You have speed warning, any diagnostics, and your miles per hour. So it's a good bit of tech at your fingertips. We have the headlight adjustments, a trunk release, dimmer switches, even the parking brake, which is located down below. And then a lot more info in the infotainment system. Currently, we are in the SRT dashboard. That gives you drive modes that you can go through and configure depending on how you want all of these set up. You can actually customize them and have everything set up the way that you would like to. You have performance pages, which takes a little bit of time to get into. So while we're waiting for that, really cool trim piece that surrounds the gauge cluster and the infotainment, air vents on both sides. And then you have all of this info to further go through, which is really cool. So you can monitor and keep track of everything. Now, if you go into the apps, you can drag and drop these to the bottom. So you can configure this lower section as needed. You can quickly get to the heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, all the climate adjustments too, and of course your media. So a lot to go through, laid out well though. Underneath that, power and volume for the radio, tuning, you have SRT launch control, your parking sensors and traction control. You can shut that upper screen off if you would like to. All of the AC controls just underneath that, along with a 12 volt and a little bit of storage. And this does get a backup camera. Graphics are really nice. You have the manual setting too, and then of course that allows you to use the paddles as needed. You have 2 cup holders and a little bit of storage, and then a lot more in the center armrest with more auxiliaries, and then plenty of room in the glove box with that split level design. We have the sunroof that is manual adjusting, sunglass holder up top with the sunroof controls, and then a good bit of visibility in both directions. But now let's go ahead and get this family sedan out on the road. And from second gear, here we go. Definitely a quick vehicle, and again, a lot more potential than I'm throwing at it today. This is fast. This is a very quick, performance-oriented sedan for right around $80,000 to $90,000 roughly, depending on which trim level you go with. You can go for some higher trim levels than this one, of course. You have all of this performance at your right foot, as well as everything that you can configure within this screen. So you have pretty much the best of both worlds as far as being able to daily drive this and then drive it straight to the track and drive it home. You can put your kids in the back, whoever else that you have with you for the day. It's a very practical, well-rounded type of sedan. So I think that gives it extra points because, I mean, this can be your only vehicle and you can do so much with it that you really don't need something else. It's that cool of a sedan to go with. And that supercharger whine never gets old. I really like listening to that. That's pretty much all you're going to hear. So you're going to be on the throttle a lot listening to the supercharger and some of that exhaust. If you put on an aftermarket exhaust, these things really sound that much better. But interior is what you'd expect, I guess, from a Dodge product, even though this is a pretty pricey vehicle. We do have some plastic or some leather covering the plastic, but it's a nice interior, I will say. For the performance that you're getting, you know, a lot of people say you're buying this for the performance, not necessarily the interior, but then you have that price tag for the interior, kind of a toss-up between it. I think it's a nice interior for this type of vehicle. And as we come around this turn, I'm not going that fast right now, of course, and we'll straighten out around this turn because we have rear-wheel drive. I have seen a lot of people comment too, it would be awesome to see an all-wheel drive version of the Hellcat. Dodge does make an all-wheel drive Charger. It is just not the one that you want, or the power that you want, I guess you could say. It has the V6 in it. If they had an all-wheel drive Hellcat, that would be pretty cool, because you can get very squirrely, of course, having all of that power. As I almost hit a squirrel, you have all that power to the rear wheels. So all-wheel drive, I think, could give you a lot more capabilities. It could give you a lot more practicality as far as putting that power down in inclement weather. Maybe Dodge will do that. They've done a lot of things for customers as far as even putting Hellcat engines in non-Hellcat vehicles, like the Durango. So maybe they will do that in the future. Maybe we'll see something different, who knows? But it's definitely a very cool, family-focused, performance-oriented sedan. But that is going to wrap it up for this Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat Widebody. Once again, huge shout out to 704 Exotics. Check out their website, give this video a huge thumbs up, and smash that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.